So you're thinking of moving to Philadelphia and you don't know where to begin looking. So in this video, I want to go over the best neighborhoods, the top places, the suburbs in and around Philly, about an hour outside of Philadelphia. The roads, the bridges, the pros and cons. I've been a lifelong resident, so I'm going to show you around Philadelphia. Come on, let's go. The best way to see what's happening in Philadelphia when it comes to roads, bridges, and traffic and public transportation, and to help you determine where you might want to live in and around Philadelphia. Where are you going to be working out? Are you going to go to school? What's your reasons of moving here? Or you just want to come to an old historic city and want to have that urban living feel. So here's a live look at 2:45 on a Friday of a live traffic map in Philadelphia. So the main roads that you're going to deal with in and around this area are 95, which runs to the east side of Center City, Philadelphia, and continues on south all the way to Florida actually, and 76, which runs down the west side of Philadelphia and continues on across the Walton Bridge into southern New Jersey. And then this red highlighted area is 676, and that goes directly across Center City, Philadelphia, crosses over to Ben Franklin Bridge, and connects with 76 heading south. So there's your major highway system that gets you directly in and out of the city of Philadelphia. So right now, like I said, it's 2:45 on a Friday. Let's take a look at what the pain points are for traffic. You can count on some version of this backup and traffic jam and slowdowns, whatever you want to call them, being like that most of the time. All day long, middle of the night, well, obviously not so much, but any kind of business hours, or say from 5 in the morning to probably 9 at night, you're looking at some version of this being very slow to get through there. That's the most congested, populated part of Philadelphia. You have University City here, and you have all the skyscrapers and high rises right there. So that's why that's such a, it's all red, right? So out 76 out here, you come out to the western suburbs. I want to show you some of the traffic problems that we have. Out 76 out west in King of Prussia, where it all comes together here from the Pennsylvania Turnpike, on and off ramps, it crawls. The Conshohocken exit, and where it meets 476, which is called the Blue Route, on and off ramps, it's a crawl. And following down 76 here, it's all yellow and red, that whole stretch. It's only 2 lanes in each direction. So that's going to be kind of the same from 5 in the morning to 8 or 9 at night. Don't be surprised if you have major slowdowns traveling 76. It's just not a good highway. There's no other way to put it. The joke is that, it couldn't handle the cars on the road 60 years ago when it opened. It already had too many cars on the road. So it was obsolete before they even, started driving on it. The other concerns when you're leaving Philadelphia, if you're looking at moving out to Delaware County in one of these towns out here, Broomall, Drexel Hill, Springfield, Media, they're all very popular suburbs of Philadelphia. You're going to be using, most times down that part, you're going to be using 95 to 476. And as you can see, big slowdown right here. Well, this is the Philadelphia International Airport right there. So that's one reason, but in general, on and off ramps onto the Blue Route, it's called, or 476, you see major slowdown. Same here through Media, heading to Broomall, major slowdown. This is just typical everyday bottlenecks and traffic issues you're going to have living around Philadelphia. Another one right here. So that's just, do some research and look into some of the towns you might want to be in, but keep this in mind that these are the pain points pretty much at all times. You're going to find that these areas, especially especially there. Hey, this is EJ Glenn from your team, your town, real estate and mortgage professionals. Drop a comment below. Let us know where you're coming from, what part of the country or out of the country that you're going to relocate to Philadelphia. We're here to help you in every way that we can. Here's our contact information. So leave a comment down in the description. There's also a link to our booking calendar, so you can schedule a video call with us on Google Meet, and we can go over, the parts of the city or suburbs that you're really interested in looking into. So let's keep going. Thank you. That is way more congested and way worse than down here. So just understand that when you're looking into moving here, figuring out where you want to live, how you're going to get around the city, there are your major pain points. Now heading up 95 north toward northeast Philadelphia and Bucks County. So this is roughly here to start of Bucks County. There's a couple bridges that cross here. There's Coney Palmyra and the Betsy Ross. So you're going to have some traffic slowdowns there also. And the thing with the Betsy Ross Bridge is that there's no direct access to the bridge. You actually got to go off, down, around, and up. It's not just an on-ramp from 95 to the Betsy Ross Bridge. So that's always a traffic problem right there. And over here on the New Jersey side, where 76 comes down, heading towards 42, and 295 that heads north, they've been doing construction on that part of 295 and 42, 76, where it all combines. It feels like for 20 years. I don't know if it's been 20 years or not, but as long as I can remember, that's always been a problem for traffic problems. And on-ramp, they're doing brand new on-ramps and off-ramps and major construction. So that's always an issue. And I'm going to show you what this is going to look like around 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And we're going to get another map together, and I'm going to show you how much more red's involved, where the pain points are specifically for rush hour. Here we are at 4:15. Here's much more red, much more traffic. Rush hour, leaving Philadelphia, heading back home. Up 95, up 76, down 95. So you can see here how much more red from the previous screens are here. So now this is all at a crawl. Right, all these red areas are crawl. Right, this still remains the same because it'll always be that way. So here's what you can expect. Heading home at rush hour. 4 o'clock. What's it? 4:10 after 4:12 in the afternoon. Well, what you didn't see earlier when I was showing you this map is there was very little red here. There was only a little bit where all the construction's gone. There was no red here. Right? There was very little red around the Betsy Ross Bridge. There was no red up in these areas. Right? So now that's where you see, moving into Philadelphia, relocating here, why picking the right spot compared to where you're going to work is going to, be essential that you understand. The traffic jams and slow and the red parts of this map have quadrupled or more since, earlier in this video from 2 hours ago, not even 2 hours ago. So I wanted to show you that so you understand that this is a challenge in the Philadelphia area with traffic. So to go 20 miles, 21 miles right now, it's going to take you 45 minutes. Right, you're going to hit major backups right past the airport, where you pick up 476. Now it's a little bit longer, almost 50 minutes to go 22 miles. So that just gives you an idea of how slow traffic's going to move in Philadelphia. So let's do City Hall to the King of Prussia Mall. What I was showing you earlier about different parts of the city and leaving Philly, especially on I-76. If you're going to choose to live out this way, I'm going to show you what you're going to have to deal with traffic-wise. So we're going to put in directions right here. on Google Maps from City Hall to the King of Prussia Mall. Starting point, we're going to do City Hall, Philadelphia, on Market Street to the King of Prussia Mall on Gulf Road. So let's see what it says. So 56 minutes to go 18.5 miles. So now hour to go 20 miles. So you're going to do 20 miles an hour all the way up, on average, up 76. And we're going to do a couple other directions. Let's go to Media, PA, from City Hall. 21 miles is going to take you 43 minutes. 21.5 miles, 43 minutes to get home if you live, somewhere in this area here. All right. Now let's see what's happening over in South Jersey. We'll go from City Hall to Washington Township. That's a very popular destination over in 18 miles, 39 minutes. And right now, doesn't seem like there's much traffic crossing the bridge here at the moment. That's probably going to get a little worse in the next half hour or so. About 40 minutes to go 18 miles. So there's the challenges of living in and around a big city like Philadelphia with the traffic that you're going to be dealing with. So the regional rail lines, combination of Amtrak, SEPTA, and these lines will take you all the way into center city of Philadelphia. And these yellow the icons mean there's underground free transfers. You just get on one train, get off the other, vice versa, if you're heading in the center city from underground. So these green lines here too, these are trolley stops above ground. They move very slow, but maybe if you're out here and you need to take a trolley in the 69th Street, that might be your only option coming from out here. Or if you want to drive to one of these stations here, park, and take the regional rail line in the center city of Philadelphia. And it depends upon where you live. It's an extensive network of trains, and everything runs off of this Broad Street line, heading north, and Frankfurt Market heading east and west. You can literally get to the furthest parts of Bucks County up to Doylestown all by train. Sometimes during the day they'll have express trains with less stops, but you get the picture. There's plenty of options for public transportation in and around Philly. Besides having all these rail lines, there's like 70 different bus routes also, SEPTA bus routes, that can get you, through the city of Philadelphia using public transportation. You've seen some of the ways to get around Philadelphia and the suburbs. Leave a comment down below what areas you might be interested in, what do you like, what do you dislike, those type of things, and ask any questions you'd like in the comment section, and I'll answer all your questions. Plus, you can always book a call or email us for more information, and you can schedule a Google Meet, and I'll share my screen like this with you, and we can get into in depth more about each individual area you may be interested in. Once I get some more information about what your needs are, where you're looking to live, where you're working, where you're going to go to school, or you have a family that you're going to move here with, what are the best school districts, and those type of things. So let's keep moving forward. And next, we're going to go and look at some of the best neighborhoods inside the city and in the suburbs of the city. I wanted to start by showing you, actual houses that are on the market in Philadelphia. So this screen here is my actual MLS, access to it. And we're going to scroll or zoom in, and I want to show you there's difference in properties and property values and for sale prices. They're all over the map in Philadelphia, from really low to multi-million-dollar in Center City. There's a penthouse on the market for like $25 million in Philadelphia right now. But if you want to look over here, this is the neighborhood I grew up in. So right next to each other, you have $70,000 difference house on the same street. Come over here. This is 3 or 4 blocks away. You have a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. It's over $400,000. 2 blocks this way, $190,000. All right, this is typical for inner city neighborhoods in Philadelphia. So if I back out a little bit and come down to another neighborhood, one of the more desirable neighborhoods in Philadelphia is Packer Park, because it has a suburban feel. This little section here, Packer Park, it's a very small section of Philly. That's it. There's only houses right there, and there's not a lot of houses. So right now you have, where's 20th Street? There's a 4-story townhome on the market for $1.225 million. And there's a house right down the street for $575,000. It has 1 more bathroom. So this house here is, where's the square footage? 2,124 square feet for $575,000, and there's one for $1.35 million. That has 3,200 square feet. And these ones are brand new construction, the ones that are over $1 million. But like I said, now you come down on the other side of 76 here, $285,000, $300,000, $449,000. There's a wide range of prices. $295,000 here. You come closer to East Passyunk Ave, $379,000, $399,000, $249,000, $595,000, $675,000. So that's just typical all throughout Philadelphia and a lot of its neighborhoods. And that's why you need to really reach out to us, and so you can understand why there's so much disparity in price and what each neighborhood brings to the table and what it's like, and how that's going to make you decide or help you decide on where it is you want to live. So we come back out a little more, and we go into Center City, Philadelphia. We'll do this, do the results, and this is going to give us the most expensive priced home in Philadelphia right now. There's 2 of them over $25 million in both in Center City, Philadelphia. Then there's a pretty big drop off, but these are all in and around Center City, Philadelphia, Rittenhouse Square, so that type of thing. So that's going to be all these homes are multi-million-dollar homes, and apartments and condos are there. So in the city, you're going to find, such like I said, a wide range of prices. And whatever your price range is, we can probably find you something in the neighborhood that you really, really want to be in, or the price range you may want to be in. Where are the most popular neighborhoods in Philadelphia? I'm going to show you right now. We'll go from south to north. South Philadelphia, I just showed you that. In the MLS, Packer Park, Girard Estate, East Passyunk, Queen Village, Graduate Hospital, Rittenhouse Square. They're the top neighborhoods on this side of the city. Rittenhouse goes all the way up to Market Street. And this is actually called the Gayborhood in that old city. So there are the top neighborhoods right now in South Philadelphia that are, the most desirable areas of South Philadelphia right now. That's them. Now we can go to the north side of the city, Fishtown, Northern Liberties. They're kind of one and the same. They border each other. It's probably the most vibrant part of Philadelphia right now. Great nightlife, great walkability, shops, bars, restaurants along Girard and Frankford. Fairmount, Manayunk up here. So they're going to be this part of the city down here, and then just a little bit of ways out up the Schuylkill River to Manayunk. So if you want the inner city urban feel, cool, vibrant, those are the top neighborhoods in Philadelphia where you want to be looking. If we come back out further, I'm going to do another search to Delaware County. So let's look at Delaware County. $607 homes for sale in Delaware County. The most expensive home out in Delaware County is $4.75 million. So the multi-million-dollar homes are in the suburbs everywhere. If we go to the map view, let's try come in here. Like I said, media is one of my favorite parts of Springfield media, all through Morton, all through here. You're going to see houses in these neighborhoods out here are going to be, 3, 4, 500,000. There goes 500,000 there. Just under 300,000. This is probably a townhome, right? Where's the 500,000 one? 469 is probably a single. And the further you go away from the city out here in media, you're going to find some homes out here, 500,000, 400,000, 370, 475, 465, 1.6 million, 1 million, 1.15 million, 660,000. So as you can see, you come down here, you're going to see some properties in Lansdale, 529, 304, 490. These are typical suburban Philadelphia prices in that $350,000 range and up in Delaware County. Now, if we go up to Montgomery County, we're going to see the same prices for like some of the homes, but you're going to see a little bit more, couple more homes that are 866 homes. Let's do the price check here. 13 million, 11 million, 9, 8. So you're going to see a little bit higher price points. This is Gladwin, Villanova. This is all called the main line section of Philadelphia and the suburbs. And you're going to see a lot more bigger estate homes that are much more expensive than Delaware County. So if we go out to the Villanova area, 4.25 million, 7 bed, 10 bath. A big old stone home here. Let's take a look here. Beautiful, beautiful home. That is an incredible home there. And then when you go to the next county up, you're going to see Bucks County is going to be similar in ways to Delaware County, except for a couple pockets are going to have some homes that are really in that multi-million-dollar range. 557 homes for sale in Bucks County. Let's do 8.7, 8 million, 7 million, 7 million, 7 million. So you're going to see some of the, New Hope, really popular section of Philadelphia. It's pretty far outside the city. You're looking at maybe an hour and a half to close to 2 hours from downtown Philadelphia, but this is out in the country. New Hope is the country. Right, still a lot of farmland. This is what's that called there? Raven Pines Estate. So that's what you're going to find in Bucks County for the multi-million-dollar homes. Well, let's go back here. You're going to see plenty of homes in that lower Bucks County area, not all the way up near New Hope, that are going to be, first time home buyer range, 414, 529, 400, 399 there, so 317, 197. So you can see there is some more affordable options in the lower price points, and not all these multi-million-dollar, there you go, $800,000 homes. That would be maybe a second home if you're moving up. So there are the counties and kind of the price points and what you can expect to get for your money in the counties on the Pennsylvania side of the Delaware River in the MLS. So here we're going to go with Camden County, and we'll do Gloucester County at the same time. So there's 1,000 homes in those two counties on the Jersey side for sale. Price point over there, 4.6 million, and then down into just over $1 million, and then the majority of the homes, which would be 950 homes, are less than $1 million over on the Jersey side. Let's take a look at the map here. So these are suburbs of Philly. This way here will give you an idea of what's for sale on this side. Well, 675, 459, 395 here in Echelon area. Marlton, 489. Cherry Hill is one of the most popular suburbs of Philly. 409, 385. You can find some homes over here. There's 168. That's a condo, 1 bed, 1 bath. You can find some really expensive homes in the Haddonfield area down here. 449, 3.25 million. So you get the idea of how wide-ranging the price ranges are in Philadelphia and the surrounding areas. And one other thing we can go into a little bit is we'll come down to Washington Township, which is a very popular suburb of Philadelphia. There we have a 4-bed, 3-bath, single-family home. Taxes $8,250 a year. So that's what you're going to find outside of the city. You're going to find a lot of no, that can't be right. That's land. 425,000. Taxes $8,000. Cherry Hill and Haddonfield is probably going to be even a little more expensive. Haddonfield. Let's look at a similar home in Haddonfield. That's 4.25 million, 31,000 a year in taxes. 425,000, $9,575 in taxes. So that's really a big consideration when moving to this area of the country. Is taxes are going to really be can be very expensive in this part of the country, and New Jersey is literally the highest tax state in the nation. So let's compare it one time before I'm done with this section of the video. So here's all Camden and Gloucester County. Let's go back over to Delaware County and look at some tax rates. 610 results. Let's take a look at the map. We'll look at Springfield, or 600,000. Well, that was one of the houses. 7,000 is only about $1,000 cheaper a year in Delaware County compared to some, smaller house in New Jersey, same taxes. So you get the idea. You're going to pay $6,000-$7,000 a year in taxes and up if you're going to move to any suburb of Philadelphia. And we'll jump back in and I'll show you now this is the zip code I grew up in, so we'll just do that. The map will come in here, just 231,000, taxes $3,000. 489,000, taxes $5,000. 550,000, taxes 3,500. Let's go back and see why that one was $5,000. 2022, 5,000. 1,700 square feet. Does it have a bigger yard? $2,692 square feet. Let's go back and look. It was over here, right? 550 was less. Let's take a peek. 1,364 square feet. And the lot's only 920 square feet. So that's the difference in price there for taxes because of the square footage of the land. But like I say, taxes $2,200. Let's come over here. Taxes $1,800. 700,000, 750,000. Taxes are $7,000. You have that price point over in New Jersey, you're probably looking at well over $10,000 in taxes. 335,000 taxes, 2,700. So this could be a big, determining factor in where you live in the area. Real estate taxes are a real thing. Cost of living in the Philadelphia area. So Philadelphia itself, like I showed you, the taxes are a lot cheaper than a lot of all the suburbs really in outside the city. So the cost of living, if you're inside the city limits, it's relatively cheap, especially compared to New York, Washington, D.C., Boston, and all the other northeastern cities as part of the country. So Philadelphia is a great option for that. You get into the suburbs of Philadelphia, you can really get quite expensive. Housing prices go up generally, and the taxes can double, triple, quadruple. So when you're looking in this area, depending upon what price point you're looking in, if you find a house that you fall in love with, and you're looking at it online, and it might be $350,000, but the taxes are $6,000 a year. Does your income allow you to buy that house? It's $500 more a month you'd be paying just in real estate taxes. Maybe you can afford it on paper, but maybe it doesn't make sense when you go to doing your monthly bills and you don't want to be house poor. So the cost of living in Philadelphia is really a matter of where you want to live. As you've seen there out in New Jersey side, the taxes are more. They just are. Philadelphia, the taxes are cheap comparatively. Delaware County, you can find some lower taxes, but they're not as cheap as Philadelphia. But you want to live in the suburbs, out with a single family home, living in this area, that's where you're going to deal with those prices. Now, are there pockets and places you can find where maybe a small home in an old town, like on the New Jersey side of the river, that maybe the taxes are only $3-4 a year? Yeah, they exist. It's a matter of us looking for you and helping you find that. But just know, as a rule of thumb in general, this part of the country is expensive, especially outside of Philadelphia. Maybe moving to Philadelphia gives you a big price break. Maybe you're moving from New York or Boston where the prices are crazy. New York's only 2.5 hours away, right? Right up 95 to Philly. Right, a shoebox apartment might be $5,000 in Manhattan. Those numbers and those prices are just mind-boggling to me. But so maybe you want to move. If you're relocating from New York down to somewhere in a Philadelphia or a suburb, you're getting a huge price break and you're saving a ton of money. Sure, that's possible. And then same for Boston. Right, Boston's an expensive city, much more expensive than Philadelphia. Right. So you could be coming down to Philadelphia for whatever reason. You're going to save money, but that's not going to be common. Those two places, New York, Boston, and Washington D.C., are going to be the three places in this vicinity that are going to be more expensive than Philadelphia, and you'll be getting a price break by moving in this area. Now, if you're coming from California, something like that, yeah, you're going to get a huge price break in a lot of different ways, moving from the West Coast into Philadelphia. So public transportation is relatively cheap. If you're living in Philadelphia, you don't necessarily need a car unless you absolutely have to have one if you're driving to outside the city somewhere for work and living in the city. But public transportation, there's a lot of it, and it really does cover the whole metropolitan area. If you do live in the city, something about Philadelphia you need to know is car insurance is one of the most expensive in the nation. Parking tickets. They did a show on one of the channels, maybe A&E, Parking Wars. That was all about Philadelphia and how aggressive they are with parking tickets. That adds to the cost of living. You don't want to constantly get, a parking ticket every week, and they do boot cars here regularly. So all these little things that you're going to need to know and understand about moving here from wherever you're coming from, that's what we're here to give you the honest truth about what this city's like. We're not just here to either sell you a home or do your mortgage. We want you to relocate here and put you in the best possible position that you can be in. And the cost of living is going to have a wide range. Like I said, you can find a $250,000 home that you may like in South Philadelphia, and your taxes are only $2,000 a year. That may be affordable for you, and that might be where you want to live. Or you might want to live in the suburbs where you're going to pay $400,000 for a home and your taxes are $8,000 a year. So this is what we're going to help you, figure out together. I want to give you my last piece of this video of one of the biggest pros you're going to find about Philadelphia is its location. And I'm going to back out here and I'm going to explain to you why. I think it might be the best, I know it's the best city in the Northeast to live in. New York, 2.5 hours away. If you want to go to New York, Washington, D.C., same, 2.5 hours away. The beach, the Jersey Shore, it's only an hour to Atlantic City. Do you like to ski in the winter? Pocono Mountains, ski resorts, right there. So you have just in that area there, you have, New York, which, it's too crowded for me. I don't go up there personally. Washington, D.C., with all the history that's going on down there, the historic things that happened in Philadelphia and, Independence Hall, Liberty Bell, all the history, that museums, entertainment, everything that goes along with Philadelphia. You want to drive to the Jersey Shore for the day and just go to the beach? You're an hour away from Atlantic City. Got your toes in the sand, spend 3 or 4 hours on the beach, get back in your car and drive back home. I know friends of mine who do that on a regular basis. Just day trips. That's what makes Philadelphia such a great central location. Then in the wintertime, you want to drive up, to the ski resorts, Big Boulder, Jack Frost. You want to head up there and spend a day up there skiing. Take a day trip with your family, yourself. You head up there, an hour and a half or so, you're in the mountains skiing. And that's what makes, Philadelphia's central location in the Northeast so great. And it's much more affordable, like I said. And getting out of New York to the beach towns, you maybe have to go 15, 20 miles to get here. But getting out, it might take an hour and a half to get out of New York. Washington, D.C., that whole metropolitan area driving around is a mess. And other things and other places that are within a day's drive of Philadelphia is Boston. Right, Boston's right here. 5 hours, maybe 6, Boston to Philly. And when we drive up there from here, we avoid New York at all costs and go around it. So there you're up in Boston in roughly 5 hours. And when we drive down south from Philly to, say, Myrtle Beach, which I love, here it's roughly an 8-hour drive. You have to leave at the right time of day, though, and you can get there in 8 hours. And going through D.C. and Northern Virginia. You have to leave in 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You can get to Myrtle Beach in 8 hours. Leave at the wrong part of the day, could add 2 to 3 hours of your trip. Just trying to get through D.C. and Northern Virginia. But that's why it's one of the best places to live, affordability, location. And one last, you're at the Great Lakes, 5 hours or so. And that's what makes Philadelphia so cool. So that's a little bonus I wanted to add here at the end.